Hi friends, how are you? Good. So I was doing a shower tonight. Why is that funny? I was doing a shower tonight, and of course, who hasn't had the experience of getting the idea and knowing instantly something you wanted to talk about, right? Well, it happened tonight, so here I am. Aida and Aida is my wife. Hey boo. Aida and I were talking tonight, and we were discussing this idea, or I was discussing this idea of want to find your purpose, things like that. Da 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 da. You know how we talk, right? You know the things people are about: finding our purpose, discovering our destiny, wondering whether or not we're in the right place in life, in the right space. We have all these questions because we're so future focused, right? We want to make sure that we create our life the best we can and get to our destiny in one piece, as if it's going anywhere, right? As if we're going to miss it. So we tend to ask ourselves, what am I meant to be doing? What should I be doing so that I make sure I get to where I want to be? And so as I and I were talking, I expressed this idea that understanding what our purpose and our destiny is, super simple, right? And I'm gonna share it with you. You ready? The answer to this universal question is that your purpose, your destiny is found right now. Yes, your future, your life to come, your life in the future moment is found right now. In this moment, right here. This somewhere and this somewhen. And I'm just enjoying doing this with my hands. Yes, your purpose, your destiny, often the future is found right now. How do I know? Because usually whatever you're doing now, you will continue to do in the future. You will continue to be doing, you will continue to be being, you will continue to be being. Yes, you will continue to be who it is that you are in the future based on who you are right now. Unless you decide to create anew, unless you create afresh. So not necessarily going to go down into the entire conversation about creating our being, although I love that conversation. If you followed me for any length of time, I'm big on that right now because being is where it's at. That is the throne and seat of everything we do. It's depending upon who we are being at any moment in time. Apart from that, though, what we do today determines what we will be doing later on. Although time is a mental construct that doesn't exist, for example, I can prove it. Who decided how long a second is? We're not going to get into it right now. Time is an illusion. But what you do now determines what you'll be doing later on. And so the way you determine your destiny, the way you determine your purpose, the way you figure this stuff out is by just looking around you. What are the opportunities and options that you already have today? What are the abilities that you have? What do you like to do? What brings you joy? What makes you happy? What makes your soul sing? Maybe your soul doesn't want to sing a song. Maybe it's a rhythm. Maybe it's a beat. Maybe you want to dance like Happy Feet. I promise you I'm not going to do that again. But yes, what is here for you now that you can do, that you are doing, that you want to do? There are a couple of Bible verses that come to my mind. One of them is the verse that says, whatever your hand finds to do, do it with all your might, with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your strength. Whatever that thing is, whatever your hand finds to do. And as I was thinking about it tonight, it hit me in a kind of a different way because whatever your hand finds to do kind of precludes that there is something within your proximity. There is something within your arm's reach that your hand can get to. Like it didn't say, do something that you want to be doing 3 weeks from now. It didn't say like, do the thing that you want to do tomorrow right now. No, it's whatever your hand finds to do. It's just like what's within arm's reach of me. I got books, I got jars, there's a microphone here, there's a camera, notebooks, I got paints, so much stuff within arm's reach that I don't want to break. Emmanuel, what's going on? Much love to you. Even that right there, that interaction, that creation was within arm's reach. I'm not going to be sitting here and be questioning whether or not I should be out changing the oil in the car. I'm not going to be questioning whether it's for me to be making toast. Is there a toaster near me? Is there bread? Am I in the kitchen? You really only need the toaster and the bread. You don't need to be in the kitchen to make toast. I mean, you can make it wherever you are as long as you have the stuff you need. And that's what I'm trying to say. What is near you that you can utilize? What is near you that you can do? So again, going with this example. So what's around me right now? I can read. I got books. If I wanted to go get some water, I can do that because I have something to hold the water in. If I wanted to record a podcast or a show or play games online and talk to people, I can do that because I have this microphone here with the headphones. So the kids can't hear the other people I'm playing Call of Duty with using swear words. So yeah, like if I wanted to paint, I could paint. If I wanted to draw, I can draw. If I wanted to get out ideas in my notebooks, I can do that. Deciding what to do with my destiny or my purpose or my time in my life, I don't need to make it big and complicated. And believe me, I'm learning this now, right? And in the last couple weeks, it's become ever more clear. But the point that I want to make is that you don't need to go through 17 medicine journeys. You don't need to go see somebody up on a mountain. You don't need to take trips in the jungle. You don't even need to meditate and wait for cosmic source consciousness to speak to you. All you need to do is just look around you. What is there to do? Is there something that you see in your world that breaks your heart? Is there something that you're passionate about? Is there something that you see that can be done? Is there something you would like to do? Then do that thing. It doesn't matter what it is. And I'm not going to qualify the statement because you're intelligent enough to know that life is complicated and complex and nuanced. And if you want to play, if people just do whatever they want to do, then it'd be chaotic. Well, I'm sorry, that's the world you live in. I choose not to live in that world because I believe in the good-natured heart of humanity. Regardless if you disagree. It is what it is. You're more than welcome to. Taking another biblical example of this concept, my mind goes back to the story of Moses. When he's standing in front of the burning bush, God is speaking to Moses out of this bush, and Moses basically questioning him, saying, how will the people know that you sent me? Like, who am I supposed to tell them? Like, sent me, right? And so what does God say to Moses? What's that in your hand? Simple question. Just, what's that in your hand? And Moses says, oh, a staff. Why was Moses holding a staff? Because he was just out tending his father-in-law's sheep. He had been a shepherd. And that's what he was doing. That's what he was doing in that now. And so God had used what Moses had in his hand in that moment in order to do signs and work miracles and do all the things he did to get the children of Israel out of Egypt. He didn't tell Moses, oh, go get a special staff that I formed for you out of this almond tree that I made sprout up from the ground, although that was kind of already the case. But God didn't tell him he needed anything else. God didn't say you need to go over here and prepare and learn this and do that. No, from the jump, what's that in your hand? What do you have right now? And there are a lot of us that are sitting on a lot of resources. We have a lot of stuff in our hand. Heck, we probably have too much stuff in our hand, which is why we're feeling confused. Which again, this goes back to what does your hand find to do? What is immediately available for you to do? Don't get into it for the monetary return. Don't get into it because it would make global impact. Don't do it because people would love you. Don't do it because you would find, self-value and worth in it. Don't do it for any of those external reasons, primarily. Primarily and at the jump, do the thing to do the thing. Because it's in you to do, because it's available to you to do, and hopefully it's needed and wanted in the world. And even if it isn't, right? Because you don't need to do something just because somebody else needs it. The fact that you're able to do it and it brings you joy, what other reason do you need? Every year for the last 25 years, hundreds of thousands of individuals travel to local major cities just to sing on American Idol. Some of them know that singing is not their gift. Some of them have been gassed up to the point of going on national television and projecting sounds from their vocal box under the impression that they could do it at a level that would warrant advancement in the competition. Some of them don't have, the best of friends that were willing to put their self aside and let them know that, hey, this might not be for you. I know you like it, but this is not your thing. I actually know people who should have been on American Idol, who said they were going to be on American Idol, who never went. If you see this video, you know who you are. I'm not judging you, though. Like, I got mad love for you. It is what it is. It just didn't happen. I get it. You should still do it, though. So there are some things you might appreciate doing. You just may have to do it by yourself. You don't need to put all your work out into the world. Not all the time. But do something. Get on the path. As long as you're deciding what you're going to do, you're not doing anything. My mind goes back to a quote out of this book that I read fairly often. One of the authors he tells a story. He says, 5 frogs were sitting on a log. 4 decided to jump off. How many are left? Don't worry, I'll wait. The answer's 5, because 4 decided to jump off. They didn't. Once you recognize what's around you to do, just get into action. One of the statements of being that I've been cultivating recently is that I am immediate action. I am right now, as soon as I have the thought, action. I want to limit as much time and distance between the moment of the thought and the action I take. So doing this live, a few minutes passing between the shower and getting here. Of course, because, circumstances and things. But I set in my mind, this is getting done, and here we are. Could I have waited till tomorrow? For sure. It's 10 o'clock at night. Who all would be here watching live? I don't know. Don't catch the replay, though. Thank you. The moment you have the idea, get into motion, because it pays dividends. I feel as though that initial movement, that initial step has a special grace on it. I feel like that moment has a special grace on it that you don't receive if you wait a day or two, if you wait a week. You don't have that same energy and it doesn't come out as hot anymore. Like, this live is completely different than what it would have been had I recorded it 3 days from now, after the moment had passed, after the inspiration was gone, after I was just kind of running off the remnants and the fumes of the energy I had in that moment. William H. Murray, in one of my favorite quotes of all time ever, quotes Goethe, one of his couplets. And he says that genius has boldness, power, and magic in it. Whatever you can do, whatever you think you can do, begin it. Begin it now. And I love that. Every time I read it, like, I want to go knock something over. Just whatever your hand finds to do, do that. That's where your purpose is. Your purpose is whatever is happening, because this is reality as it is now. This moment is. It doesn't get better than that. You're not going to create a different now, because we're already here. Now we can begin to cultivate a different state to come. Yes. But we're always right here, right now. And where we are, we can't do anything about this. We can only, again, cultivate what is to come. Which is why I love talking reality creation. My man Tobe, a couple months ago, we were talking about it. And I think I used the phrase reality engineering, which sounds way more dope. But the concept is the same. We can... we can create our realities simply by deciding who it is we're being in the moment and who it is we want to be. Not only that, what our soul calls of us. Because when we do that, when we take those actions, that's where we begin to see the magic in life, and things just happen, and we have coincidences and happy accidents. Causing an earthquake on my desk. Yes, but friends, there are no accidents. There are no coincidences. Nothing happens on a whim. But when we move in step with the laws of the universe that we live in, what we call magic is just simply the result of following the rules. Just doing things in line with the way that things are. Falling in line with nature, if you will. That conversation goes deep. So, what is your purpose? I don't know. I don't want to tell you anyway. Even if I did know, I wouldn't tell you. Because it's not about getting anywhere. It's not about becoming anything. We have nowhere to get to, and we have no place to go. We have nothing to be except who it is and what it is we are right now. Again, you can cultivate a new state of being. But you are who you are, whoever that is. Was it Eminem said, I am whatever you say I am, and if I wasn't, then why would I say I am? That was his decision to create his being according to what others said he was. But that he made that decision consciously, at least for the song, right? So the question becomes then, who are you going to be? Who are you being? And as you search for your destiny, just remember, don't look too far away, because whatever it is, it's within arm's reach. Just what's in your hand? What do you have around you right now? Because whatever your hand finds to do that now. Because it's the only time you got. You dig? Till the next time, I got much love for you. I love you. I'll holla. And off.